It's like when you go to a restaurant and you always order the same thing because you always have that pai kapao with an egg on top, right?
Yeah.
But then,
although sometimes I get the noodle soup, but yeah.
Yeah, but then that one time, someone in front of you orders something, and you just didn't think about it. But you know what?
Like next time, I'm ordering that.
No. Let's just say, but you just notice it's a cold day, and you're like, you know what? I do feel like some tom yum soup. Because but it's just that timing and that there's that creation of serendipity that you're like, yeah, I do feel like that.
That example just doesn't ring true for me because I do not want the weather to dictate what I eat.
Okay.
I just can't stand that.
Right,
I will eat ice cream if it's freezing cold, and I will eat hot soup if it's burning hot outside. It doesn't matter as long as I want it. The weather's not going to tell me what to eat.
Okay.
All right, we are back and we're here to talk about improvisation. And improvisation, obviously, if you're a social dancer, is the pinnacle of what we're trying to strive for. Because what improvisation is you syncing up with your partner and with the music. And if you can do it in a way that it feels refreshingly new for both people, I think that's the magic of improvisation. The problem is, when we think about improvisation, I think that category comes with so many different things. Like, are we truly improvising if we already know the songs? Like, if we've heard them before and we're dancing with somebody that we've already danced with, is it really improvising? Because wouldn't be improvising being in the moment, not knowing what's going to come, and still making things up and creating something. So it's hard to say what true improvisation is, and if we actually are as social dancers improvising.
Yeah, like Miguel Zotto would actually say, like, you don't really improv unless you've never heard the song before. You just go out there and it's like blank slate, carte blanche, and you're going for it.
Yeah, and I think, but a lot of tango like DJs, they play familiar songs to get to, because people want to hear songs that they love and enjoy and they know.
Yeah, that's very true. And for me, though, I mean, I guess I would say I still improvise because even though I have an idea in my head of what the music is, I might have combinations I commonly use with some partners.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I have like a clean environment. I never know if Joe Schmo is gonna come from the left and like blindside me.
That's true.
I don't know if the person in front of me is gonna move at a decent speed. So
it's the other dancers that provide the framework for you to try to improvise.
Yeah, because
otherwise, left to your own devices, you would do the same thing.
Yeah, I would do the same thing over and over again.
Get all the open space in the world.
Yeah,
That's funny because a lot of people would say that because the open space creates more room for improvisation. Because you don't have to worry.
Yeah, I get that.
So you can just let it all loose. You don't have to be conservative in your tight space.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I think that's the problem with creativity, is that I might think I'm creative, but deep down I know I'm gonna stick with what's no, because I'm gonna go out there and be like, oh, I'm super creative. I'm all that, right?
Yeah.
But deep down I know I'm gonna go with what's familiar. When I hear that da 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 da, I know I'm just gonna do
your choreography.
That cicada, that cicada in Rosuke, just because it feels right there, And of course, if I wanted to do it really well, I'm going to enter in the same way, with the same distance. No, because that's what's familiar.
It's also safe.
Yeah. Also it's safe, but it's like I want to dance well, and whether dancing well means I'm improvising or not, like truly improvising or not, I really don't care. No, because at the end of the day.
But you want to be in the moment. That you feel that as a dancer, you feel when you're truly in the moment.
Yeah, I guess I understand what you're saying.
Like, well, maybe I guess the follower then feels that they're in the moment, but you or yourself are creating the same thing. Is that possible?
That's possible. I mean, I guess the closest thing I have, this idea of in the moment, is when the follower is so strong that it's almost like she creates the idea for me to the whole point where like my body's moving on my own. Like she has a certain gravity to,
that allows you to just, I don't know, she finds a different path for you that she normally wouldn't take.
Yeah, but I wouldn't even say like she allows. It's almost like there's so much gravity in that moment that there is no other possibility for me.
So she doesn't inspire. She just kind of like what?
Well, I don't want to. It is inspiring, but it's almost. But
she made you here.
Well, because it's like it became a natural route. You know, it's like you know what it's like. It's like when you go to a restaurant and you always order the same thing because you always have that pai with an egg on top, right?
Yeah.
But then,
although sometimes I get the noodle soup, but yeah.
Yeah, but then that one time, someone in front of you orders something, and you just didn't think about it. But you know what?
Like next time, I'm ordering that.
No. Let's just say, but you just notice it's a cold day, and you're like, you know what? I do feel like some tom yum soup. You know, no, because and but it's just that timing and that there's that creation of serendipity that you're like, yeah, I do feel like that.
That example just doesn't ring true for me because I do not want the weather to dictate what I eat.
Okay.
I just can't stand that.
But
I will eat ice cream if it's freezing cold, and I will eat hot soup if it's burning hot outside. It doesn't matter as long as I want it. The weather's not going to tell me what to eat.
Okay. But I'm just saying, there's that sense of serendipity where you just go, yeah, all right, I'll go for that. Like it's just outside of your norm, where even though it's outside of your norm, she's made the path so comfortable that it feels like it's natural.
Oh.
You know, and there's only like a few people who's actually done that for me.
Yeah, that's a very powerful trait.
Yeah, and it's also very like momentary. Like I've experienced it a few times. I haven't experienced it much.
That's
since
interesting.
then.
So true improvisation only happens in fleeting moments.
For me, it has. Because the thing is,
no, but I agree too that there's those magical moments.
Yeah, and I'm chasing it. It's like I'm chasing giants, and I don't know where the giants are coming out. You know, and yeah, and when it happens, it's like wow, and you want to just hold on to it as long as possible.
Yeah, it's those moments where I don't even know what I did. Like I led something, and it was just totally new, and I was like, I don't like someone I've been dancing with. They're like, ooh, because they've been dancing with me, and I do something totally that they don't expect. And then they asked me what she did, and like, I don't know what I did.
but you see, like, here's the other thing. It's like, can you, like, from the outside perspective, do you really know that's improvised? Because, like, here's the thing. Like, we always look at the performers, like the performers in the Malanga, and they're like, oh, this is improvisation. It's not choreography and everything, you know?
Yeah.
And all I was like, deep down inside, like, since now I've been doing a lot of choreography, doing stage stuff, sometimes I feel like it's a cop-out.
It's a cop-out?
Yeah, because it's like we
didn't practice, we didn't train, we're gonna go out there, it's improvised.
Yeah, like if we messed up, it's improvised, you know?
Improvised.
You know, and like...
I don't...
The reason, like...
Disclaimer.
The reason why I don't like that is because it feels like, you're there to entertain, you're there to draw the audience, you're there to, now, whether it's improvised or not, like, for me as a consumer, I don't care, you know? Like, yeah, it's like, it's nice on the afterthought, where you're like, oh, that was amazing. Oh, that was improvised? Like that,
I
like,
see what you're saying.
But to know on the get-go, then it's almost like, okay, you're priming me for...
But can't you tell that something's like improvised?
No, I'll be honest with you. There are some things I might think it's improvised, but you see, if you train and you choreograph and you train to the point that your choreography is of social, like basic social stuff. I don't want to say basic, but like things that are common in the social
You're
floor.
not starting and flipping and turning and turning around and behind them. It's like
and like
you're starting with this pose.
And you choreograph and you let everyone see your lead, like your lead is very true, and then it's like, oh wow, I see the lead, like I see him moving, I see her leading her, and I see her following, and she's finding the right time to do just that right embellishment. I'll be honest with you, I would just go, that's amazing dancing, and I might even go, maybe that's improvised. I don't know, because the setting kind of made me think it's improvised. Like you're in a Malanga, of course it was improvised, right? But like, there was a time where the team did a little thing and everyone's like, wow, that was so magical. And no one knew it was choreographed.
Yeah, the sneakiness of improvisation.
Because, but it's not, but we're not lying. It's just like the environment made you think it's improvised. It's kind of like, you know, like some rock bands, like they plan on to do an encore.
Yeah.
You know, but you don't think about it. You're just like, you're there, you're having a good time. You're like, yeah, throwing your horns on everything, and then they go off. And of course you're clapping, come on out, please come on out. And they already had it in the back of their hand that, yeah, we're gonna come out and we're gonna play this one song. But just because like you're feeling that you want them to come out, you kind of projected this idea that it's in the moment.
Yeah.
And for me as a consumer, I've done that many times.
That really makes me think about how much we improvise, and I think maybe we overestimate how much we truly improvise.
Yeah, because I'll be honest, like for me, I don't improvise much because I have I improvise based on the environment because I got my combinations. I like this. I like the staccato with the hero. I like with the enrosques. I like my lapis and staccato. I like my.
Well, some people would say that no matter what you do, even if you're doing the same patterns, it is improvisation because you are dancing. Even if it's the same partner, it's a different day. Someone might be different tire. The floor might be different.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. It's like, but improvisation for me, it comes from the external factors. But just like.
So you don't choose to improvise; it just happens.
It happens because I need to change my frame of thought because I'm reacting to the environment.
Yeah.
That to me, like I'm improvising, but it's not like I go out there and be like, I'm gonna go out there with a blank slate. I know nothing, and I'm gonna be like Mozart, just start writing the air and like come up with notes. Like that's not me. I like there are things I do, there are things I like, there are things that are very common because to me it seems natural in the music.
Yeah.
That I've practiced many, many, many times. But yeah, like I mean, no, I don't improvise in the way that people say like they're improvising. I don't go out there with a blank slate like I am the marble and David will be chiseled out of me. Like I don't do that, man.
That reminds me of like freestyle rapping in a sense.
Oh
like,
yeah,
you think that's
I'm the guy. I've got notes. I've written this down. I've rehearsed it, and I'm like, I'm waiting for that time. I'm waiting for the right moment to use that one because some guy's got a stepsister. And I'm like, bam!
I had a perfect moment, perfect situation.
Yeah, like that's who I am. I'm not. I'm not.
Interesting.
I'm not Eminem who's got like whatever.
But even someone like him, right? I wonder how much he really freestyles because he studies words, he writes all these passages, he keeps all these notes.
Yeah.
So how much is then truly freestyle rap?
And yeah, true. And then when you think about it, maybe that's the freestyle. That freestyle rap is still prepared. It's just that you don't know what you're prepared for. Yeah. It's kind of like like Iron Chef, for example.
Yeah.
Like you practice all your basics. You just don't know what the main ingredient is.
Right.
But you have an idea. You have your
main course.
You have your cooking basics. Like what there's gonna be onions. Of course, onions gonna be around. Garlic's gonna be around. You have these ideas and you know how flavors kind of mix together.
Yeah.
But. And
anchovies.
Yeah, you might get lucky. Like it's like Dungeness crabs. I work with crabs every day. It's like the Jack and Jill. You don't know because you might get the girl that you danced years with.
That's very true.
Like that's what sometimes it's just a lottery roll. And you might have like picked the magic number. But going back to improvisation, it's like like I mean. I love my combinations. I have like a whole bunch of combinations that I practice a lot, and sometimes they link, sometimes they don't, and it's based on external factors.
Yeah, so you just gotta join the button mashing club.
No, I am not a button masher. I've got like because like even in anything like martial arts, wrestling, like I have my routes. It's like I know what the result is, and everything to me is about the setup. So
it's like strategic button mashing. Yeah. Kind of. But
no, I'm not even button mashing. I know it's because button mashing.
Yeah, that's me. I'm button mashing.
No, I'm like I'm in tech and going, it's a 1, 1, 2, 3, up, left, left, right. You know, I know my combinations. I know, like, you know.
I envy you. I suck at fighting games. Although actually I button mash pretty well to like pass the average Joe.
Yeah.
But anyone that knows any advanced combinations, it's just
No, but if you see, the thing is, the advanced combinations that you can't get to them unless you have that right jab. And right when you have that right opening, then you can unleash.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is, for me, it's like I'm always just trying to find the right opening. I'm trying to find the right opening in the music, the right we're set up the right spot, and it's like that's when I can unleash. I could do like your ultra combo. You know, that's what I'm looking for. You know, sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't, and maybe that's part of improvisation. But a lot of it's just reacting to what's happening around because, you never know. Just like just like in video games, you have got combo breakers and air breaks and everything. But
defend.
Yeah, but and just like on the Malanga floor, you don't know what's happening because you could have that person who just throws you off your game because they're dancing offbeat or because you have to predict what's going on around you, and not everything just happens in a closed textbook environment. So I think that's what I like about improvisation in terms of the Malanga.
Yeah.
Because you always have to react to what's going on, but I think it's improvisation in the true sense might be kind of a poor choice when it comes to performance, even in the Malanga performance.
Because any kind of performance, it's a very risky thing to improvise. I know there's a couple famous couples out there that truly improvise really well. But then again, I wonder how much of that is still improvisation, right?
Yeah, or are they just pawning off they're just they don't really improvise, but they're just shutting up and
they've worked on some sequence, they've worked on some moves and concepts and things, and they want to throw it in there somewhere. They just don't know when.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is are they truly improvising or is that the marketing? Because I could be in terms of business, I could be a little unscrupulous, and it's they think it's improvisation. I'm like, I'm not gonna say anything. If you're happy and entertained, you're happy and entertained. That's all
the
I care
most
about.
important part of performance.
That's all I care about. But I'm not gonna correct somebody who's gonna go around oh, Rob is a true improvised artist. I'm not gonna correct him on that. I'm not gonna. No. That was choreography.
Sometimes you do, but most choreography.
Yeah. But you'll be I'm not gonna go out. Really, it's okay. If having a roof over my head depends on me staying quiet, I'm gonna stay quiet.
No point.
I'll be honest.
There's no winning by saying anything in that situation.
So that's what I mean. It's I was just hey,
thank you. Thanks for enjoying it.
Appreciate it. Love your support. We'll see. Catch the next show. We'll do better. Because honestly, most of the times, if I'm only seeing it once, I would assume it's improvised. It isn't until I see it 3 or 4 times, and I'm like, oh, they do the same start. They're doing the same thing. I saw that on Tango 030, and looks better in person, looks better live, but it's the same performance,
I mean, I understand why professionals do that because it's just when you're always traveling, you're always going to a new city, you're always going to have to put on some show-stopping performance. Mm-hmm. It's just honestly just better to choreograph, so you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to go out there and oh, am I gonna fall or mess up?
Yeah.
While improvising.
And even still, even though you have the whole floor to yourself, there is a little bit of improvisation in there because the floor might be a different size. You might have 3 audiences instead of 1 audience in terms of like a theater where it's just 1 C over here. It might be 2 corners too, so you have to you might have to
go that way and make
you might have to change it a little bit so you're this person sees this person sees that, so you're involving the whole audience. So there is a little bit of that too, but at the same time it's if you train that in Rosuke so many times, why not use it, and why not? And if you train it so many times at that one part of the song because you've heard it 200 million times, why not? Because and of course because then even if you mess up, your partner knows it and she could pull you through.
And there's no market, I would say, for improvisation. You can't be oh, but you know what? I know we didn't do some crazy stuff, but because we actually improvised. You know, like it's better just to do the crazy choreography than to,
No,
you know,
actually,
I'm out here improvising.
You know, I disagree on that. I think there is a market for improvisation, but it's not for like the general audience. The general audience wants to be entertained, right?
Right.
It isn't until like you get to people like who have been in Tango for a while, like the 5-10 year social dancers,
Yeah.
and they're like, and that's when I shut up. I would shut up and just be like, I'm glad you're entertained. They're like, oh, awesome improvisation, like because they're the ones projecting because they want it to be improvised. They want to know that they can do that on the floor.
I see.
So I think a lot of the improvisation is the audience projecting because that's what they want to do. That's what they appreciate. They see that, they appreciate, and like, yes, I can do that on the floor. And that to me, that's really what's going on. You know,
I think that was the allure of like Carlitos and Noelia when they were the superstar, huge thing they were maybe like 10 years ago. It was because you watch them and they are doing moves that you normally see in social dancing. It's like, I do that. And it's like it's so beautifully to the music. And
but here's the thing. It's like whether they choreographed or didn't choreograph it, what set them apart is they use like social elements. And they did it so well that it mesmerized you. Yeah. Like, and I think that's like if someone choreographed in that way, it's like we're gonna do stuff that you commonly see on the floor because that's kind of like that's what the team I'm on does. Like we're not doing like we do a few lifts, but most of it like most of the team choreography, it's just like the basic 8. You know, a few ochos here, maybe like a double time going this way to like a media luna. Like we're not doing anything super crazy. It's just we're trying to refine it so well that and put character into it that it looks amazing.
I think it's for me. You have to like feel the connection.
Yeah.
Like when you watch someone, I have to feel it. Like I have to feel like it moves me somehow.
Yeah.
That's to me is what a good performance is. Whether it's choreography or improvised.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what's got to be done in a performance.
Yeah, and I think this is when we start separating. Let's say with stage tango, I think this is where we start separating from we call it dinner show tango to like theater tango, or like forever tango. If you actually look at the choreography for forever tango, it's really not all that crazy. It's good. But it's not like mind-blowingly crazy. It's just very clean and it's more focused on like the acting between the two people,
creating some characters.
Yeah, like one of my favorite people, Jorge Torres, right? You know, you don't see him doing like 3 back staccatos in a row, but like he just stands out there. He goes, and then just shifts his weight.
Well, that's presence, right? Having a commanding presence.
But that's part of character.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. It's like that's something you're like, wow, like he just shifted weight, and you're like, wait, what? Yeah, he just shifted weight, you know? That's a separation between like him and the dinner shows where you go to like, let's say La Boca, where everyone's doing like, 200 ganchos. And like, we've seen it in like ATUSA where like, some new stage couple comes out there doing like 200 ganchos and like super lifts. And you're like, this is so boring. You're like it's like,
move it to move it.
Yeah. Because like they didn't develop, like it's not clean. They didn't develop like a character. They didn't bring you into the dance, And that's where I agree with you. And yeah.
Yeah, but improvisation is definitely something that we also want to think about, and obviously we hold very dearly to. But just something to ponder for those of you watching. Let us know in the comments. What do you think about your own dancing and how much you actually truly improvise in your own dancing? Because the more I think about it, the more it's like I'm chasing that purity, that pure magic of improvisation. But I guess there's degrees to improvisation, and I would love to always get to the higher level, whatever that might be, of improvisation. But yeah, let us know how you feel about improv, and thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you on the next one.
Nice. I like the energy on that one.
Yeah, it's better to film it.
We're both awake.
Yes.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Left Foot, Right Foot.
We appreciate your support, and make sure you click that subscribe button and that like button. It really helps with the algorithm, and also you receive all our latest updates. Thank you.